Good morning. Hey.
Are they going to have you as a tripod today?
I would certainly join you. I'm just going to film her warm up and then I'm going to leave. We're talking about warm ups in my professional learning team. So.
We need our laptop.
Okay, guys. So open up with your device and connect to the app that's at the bottom. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Your tables are a little different, but they're the same table now. You'll see a little bit better, huh?
Hi. Good morning.
Okay, so put your devices out and connect, please. Everybody needs to have their own device. You're going to be doing the puzzles on the graph yourself. Come on, devices out. Let's go. So at the bottom of Google Classroom, you'll find the link to the app. Connect to the app. While you're connecting to the app, let's remember what correlation was. What is correlation? What is correlation? You guys read about it last night. What is it?
The relationship between two quantities variables.
Okay, and we show it in the form of a
Number.
number. Okay,
Between 1 and
between -1 and +1. Very good. Yes.
Then the closer is to -1 or 1, the stronger the linear relationship.
Exactly. Okay, very good. So remember that it's a number that measures the direction and the strength. So the only thing it doesn't measure is the form, right? And we call it correlation when we're talking about linear equations. So go ahead and log on. I'll put the activity up on the board. So log on to the app, and we're only going to do the first part, which is measuring correlation. So I'll put the activity up here on the board so that you guys can see it. Is everyone logged on already? Is everybody logged on? Okay, so if you're on to the app, you're going to do the first part. What you're going to do is make several scatter plots. And in your notebooks, I'd like you to go ahead and answer the questions. They're very short questions, so just answer in a sentence or two and sketch the graphs. You don't have to draw them, you can just sketch them the way they are. So you start by putting a couple of points on the graph. Just click anywhere on the graph. Put a point. Right beside it, the correlation coefficient, build them out. So, go ahead and put another point on. Notice the correlation coefficient. Okay? So, what I want you to do is to do a lower left to upper right. So, what kind of a relationship is that? Positive. A positive relationship with 10 points. And you need to try to hit the correlation coefficient of 0.7. Go. Remember, you can pick up your points and drag them around too, if you want to change the position. Meanwhile, I'll put to your attendance and read you the announcements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Natalia's not here today. How many Natalia is missing? Ms. Lowe would like to remind you that at 8:30 we have an evacuation drill this morning. So unfortunately it'll be at the end of our class. So we need to work quickly to try to get everything done. Listen for the whistle. Does everyone remember the steps? Yes? What are the steps, Mauricio?
We go down 60 seconds on the table, then afterwards we quietly and organizedly we go outside and with our hands in our neck to the baseball field.
Okay, very good. And where do you stand? In the baseball, over in the softball field? Where do we stand?
In a line on the 11th grade part with our section.
Okay, very good. So we're all going to stand together in line. We're leaving through this door, guys, okay? Put aiming for the back door, not the front door. So remember to keep it in quiet. The faster we do it, the faster we can get back. And remember to wear your traditional or patriotic clothes tomorrow. So don't wear a black shirt. Don't wear other types of clothes. Wear your Guatemalan football uniform shirt is fine. But don't start wearing like all kinds of stuff, Real and all that, right? Habits of mind, listening with understanding and empathy. So we're changing over from our previous habit of mind, which was what? Managing impulsivity, right? One of the most sincere forms of respect is actually listening to what another has to say. Right, Mateo? Okay, we can discuss this afterwards. Have a fabulous day. Be kind to each other. Mrs. Estrada is telling you that you can get free, oh, there she goes. You can get free champurradas and make your best design to celebrate Guatemala independence. Free champurradas from SDA to decorate and celebrate. Come here in recess in front of the cafeteria and close to the science wing. So if you want to go help decorate for the Independence Day, you can get free champurradas. And MUN, very important meeting today at recess. I know some of you are in MUN, Joe. So if you are, very important meeting today at recess in room 17S. So let's keep going. So have you been able to achieve the 0.7?
Yes.
Yes. So let's move to the next step. Make another one. Make another square plot. This one should have 9 points in a vertical stack at the left of the plot. Add 1 point far to the right. And move it until the correlation is close to 0.7. So you're going to stack all the points in the lower left side of the first quadrant, over by the origin. And then by moving 1 point at the extreme right, at the high end, try to achieve a correlation of 0.7. So you're going to have 9 points all in a stack, all in a stack or a cluster. And then you're going to take 1 point far away and try to achieve a correlation of 0.7. Just by manipulating that 1 point. So make them like in a stack though. No, like all close together near the origin. Very good, Joe. Can I borrow it? Okay, everybody look at Joe. Did you get 0.7, Joe? Okay. So note how you move the point. Try to make your point a little more extreme, Joe. Farther away. Take it like far away, all the way to the right upper side, way over up here. Okay? Take it all the way over there. So is correlation always going to be used for a linear association, or can we find the correlation of a nonlinear association? To use it for linear, but would we be able to determine a correlation coefficient from a nonlinear association? We could, but it wouldn't be appropriate, would it? Okay, good. So you notice that we're talking about the direction and the strength, right? Only the direction and the strength based on the sign and the value of the number. Has everyone been able to achieve that? Not yet, Valerie? So what do you need to do? There you go. There you go. Not too fast. I don't know. Go back. Larry? Again. You got the formula for what? Hyacinth. Name. Hi. Gotta be. Oh, excellent. Okay, so if it's way too far off, bring it slowly back so you get to 0.7.
I think we should the
Oh. Okay, so put it back on my table and I will look at it again. Girls, did you get 0.7? Where's the point that's way over far away? Gotta have the point way far away. Gotta have a point way far away. Okay, so third one now. Now all of you have been fairly successful. If you're not at 0.7, what do you need to do? Strengthen or weaken? Weaken. So what can we do? Pull your cluster apart. The closer your cluster is together, the stronger the relationship. So if you're at 0.9 and you just can't manage to bring it down, weaken the association between points in a cluster. Okay, so now summarizing your notebook. If you know that the correlation between two variables is 0.7, which is what we've been doing, what can you say about the form of the relationship? Write it in your notebook.
Nice work, Karina.
You can just click and drag. Oh, and then you do it as you hit it.
Good job, Joe. Nice job, Alexia.
The whole deck is in here. Marcos, what can you say about the form of the association?
It's roughly linear.
If all you know is that the correlation is 0.7, you would immediately say it's roughly linear?
That like it could be a lot closer to the correlation of one, but like it's roughly linear. That points are not in like an exact linear form, but they're roughly linear.
So roughly linear. Remember what we described correlation as being a descriptor of direction and the strength. It tells us the direction and what, how does it tell us the direction?
Tells us if it's positive or negative.
Positive or negative. Okay, very good. And Jamila, how does it tell us about the strength?
The closer the number is to 1, the stronger the correlation.
Yeah, remember that's what I said, it's like the stronger it is, the closer to the two extremes it is. So can we talk about form then, Marcos? Can we know that the form is linear if we only know is 0.7? No. What would you know about the direction?
It's a positive.
It's a positive association. What would you know about the strength?
It's fairly strong.
Very good, very strong. I like that. Okay. So form. Karina. Can I say anything about the form? Just one correlation. No.
To see
We need to see
the scatter.
the scatter plot. Very good. Okay, number 2 then. Click on the scatter plot to create a group of 10 points in the lower left corner of the scatter plot with a strong, straight line pattern. Now you want to hit that linear form, okay? And fairly strong or very strong. Go ahead. So in the lower left-hand corner is close to the origin. You want to make it linear, okay? 10 points. Click it right then. You want to move them around. Just delete. Get on your point, delete. Okay, after you have your 10 points in the lower left-hand corner, go ahead and add one more point. Add it again, way up in the upper right. So you have your fairly linear pattern down here. Add a point way up here in this like upper northeast quadrant of the quadrant. Okay, how does the correlation change? In line with it. How does it change, Katrina?
The correlation increases.
It increases a little bit, significantly, and you drew it in line with what you had in the same line. Can we see? Can you turn it around so we can see?
Instead, we want
negative by using that one point. Just that one point. Daniela, tell me about it.
Correlation was at 0.9, and the negative was negative 0.3.
Negative 0.3 can start it all the way down, huh? So what can we say about that? Because it's an influential point, okay? The more influential it is, the greater the impact. Javier, how much did yours change to from what? Close to 1? How much did you have at first?
I have it at
0.995. And then did it become negative at all?
negative 0.
Okay, so there's again that influential point. Okay, so we're going to be remembering that today when we're talking about how one point can actually change the correlation. But does it really change the form of what it looked like before? Not the cluster, but yes, the slope of it, doesn't it? Okay, so when we're talking about the line of best fit, that's exactly what we're changing. We're changing it from an upsloping to a downsloping. Okay, so summarize then, please. What did you learn from step 2 about the effect of a single point on correlation? So write down your conclusions for this, please, and discuss them at your tables.
Can either strengthen
Well, the correlation is known as this to outliers, and it weakens or strengthens our relationship.
Very good. Very good. Remember though, Joe, when we talked about the activity with your height and hand span, that you were not exactly an outlier, but it would be if we changed the relationship with the rest of the points, right? Because it would have been as if you were extremely large hands, but a very short little person, right? Or a very large person with extremely small hands. How you feel about that? Does anyone else want to share what they summarized at the end of the activity? I think that Matthias wants to summarize, huh? Matthias, what did you write?
Yeah, I haven't got it last first.
What would you write then? What do you think you write?
That outliers really can affect skyline. It can make it can strengthen.
It can strengthen the association or make it weak. It could also change its direction, right? Because we had a positive direction and then we ended up with a negative direction. Just one of the points. When you had 10 of them already, one of them could go in there and do that. Sue, what are you writing?
I wrote points depending on where they are placed influence the correlation. These are called influential points. They will need to be followed apart to continue making it stronger. However, if it's placed in another place, it will be weaker.
Very nice, very nice, excellent. Okay guys, so write down your last thoughts and we'll continue then with the next item on our agenda. So this is the app that we'll be using today at home. Okay, I'm assigning you homework to do another activity using the same app. Okay, so it's linked at the bottom of the classroom so you can go right back to the same app. Thank you, Mr. Dysart.
Thank you, Ms.